Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're heading up behind the barn to get back to work on the new turkey enclosure. I made a little bit of progress since the last time we were up here. I started setting in posts, just trying to get them done as I have energy and have a little bit of time. I can't just get them all done at once, so I've just been picking away at the project as I can. I have almost all the wooden posts here set in the ground. I just have 3 more that I'm going to place. I did get them stained the other day whenever it was raining. And I picked up this gate down here from my brother's house. I was originally going to put an 8-foot gate between these 2 posts hanging off the H-post from the goats. But whenever I picked up this gate that my brother didn't want, it was a 10-foot gate. And it just so happens this spacing here is 10 feet, and I'm going to have another H-post here to support the gate. So the gate's going to be going in this gap instead of this gap, and that's just because I was able to get a free gate, and I'm just going to make it work. So for this gap here, since it's 8 feet, I have a metal T-post that we're going to just drive into the ground with a backhoe. I can't really hold the post and drive it into the ground with a backhoe bucket, so I'm going to have to wait for my dad to help me with that so we can do it with 2 people. But I'm by myself today, and I already have a couple of these holes drilled, 1 and 2 over there by that pallet gate. So I'm going to get those 2 posts set in the ground, and then I have 1 more in that gap that I'm going to set. And if I still have some time and energy after that, I'm going to try and get the 2 gates hung. Hi, little flippers. What are you doing? Is your brother headbutting you? Every time I come up here to work on the turkey enclosure, I look over and Flop's trying to get a headbutt in on Flip. On this side over here, I have 2 large gaps that I'm going to be plugging in some metal T-posts in as well. I have them set in here, but like I said, I just can't get them in the ground myself. Between these 2 posts is where the shelter is going to end up going. I have these 2 posts in the ground. That's what I'm going to build the shelter off of, going out of the enclosure, just like I built a goat hut over there. So I'm thinking to make this more secure, I'm going to set 2 posts in the ground back there where I have those 2 wooden blocks. I'm going to sink 2 more posts, so I'll have 4 in the ground and a nice solid frame to build off of. So my plan is to build the turkey shelter with pallets. I have some pallets that I'm going to start ripping down and parting into pieces. And then my brother has some pallets that I'm going to be able to pick up as well and start cutting up into pieces so I can put them all back together. You can see that they have a bunch of gaps in these pallets. So what I want to do is cut all these slat boards off and then re-put them on so it's a nice solid pallet wall. But I'm not going to get all those pallets until the weekend. So right now I'm trying to get the fencing ready and the gates on. What are you doing, goats? You playing? So now I got to get the posts that I stained out of the top of the barn and get them in the ground. Hey replacements, how you doing? Yeah, you mowed your way all the way up to the barn. I think most of them are big enough to now join the main flock inside the barn. But we do have some little ones, like you can see here. We have my little red-shouldered Yokohama rooster, and then the little black one in the back corner. There's 2 of those speckled Hamburgs. So they're not quite as big as all the Brahmas and the dual-purpose breed. So I'm not sure if those ones would end up low on the totem pole once I put them with all the big girls. Hey ladies, how you doing? Dizzy, you're a big girl now, huh? Rosie, yeah, you guys are all big, starting to lay eggs. I have been getting tiny, cute little eggs from the 5 survivors. They just started laying. They're about 19 weeks old now. And typically they lay down in here, so you can see one of them's already in here. Just a tiny little egg. It's probably 2/3 of the size of a normal egg at this point. We'll leave that in there. Pigs, quit putting your bowl in front of my gate, pigs. Yeah, put them in the tire so you don't move them. Charlotte, you're too heavy. I can't move your bowl. There you go, pigs. Keep them over there. Don't block my gate. Come on, ladies. I got you some scratch. Where's Rita? Hey, Rita. There you go. There's your treat. So Rita, the rescue duck, is still a chicken in here. I have left the gate open, and she did try and go out with Mumbles and the rest of the ducks, but they didn't let her. Mumbles was kind of hissing at her, and the other ducks would chase her back into the gate. And I don't want to pick on, and she's doing a lot better with the chickens, so I'm just going to leave her with the chickens. Hopefully she still does good once I introduce the whole replacement flock in with them, because I have 19 egg chickens in the barn right now, and I have 21 of the replacement flock that's going to be joining them. I did add some roosting bars. I was able to get a ladder off my brother up in his barn. I brought it down here, put it next to the other ladder, so now they have all of this roost space to use, as well as the stall wall. That's their main roosting spot, is all across the stall wall there, and I have the 5 survivors usually right there by the door. And then I added these little hop steps here to help them get onto that taller wall. Who's being broody today, puppy? We got Bonnie being broody, and Green Queen just laying an egg, and we know Regina's being broody. We've been having some hot summer days, so I did add this little screen door. I've been putting the pallet there, and this was just blowing in, and I didn't like that big open area, so I had some scrap lattice from doing the brooder pen here, and I just screwed it up in there so it had more of a screen door and things couldn't just fly in and out. But the lattice did go up on the brooder pen here, as well as my spare cattle panel section that came off of the goat enclosure. And then I had to add some more of these boards here to keep the turkey in. So we got a new turkey in here, hopefully a male turkey, a tom. The new turkey is a sweetgrass turkey, a heritage breed, and I'm hoping that's going to be the male to breed with my two Narragansett or Narragansett, the turkey here, these little hens. But we had to convert the brooder pen back here that we had the goats in into a turkey pen. So we had egg chickens in here first, then we had the goats, and now we have turkey in here. I did give them a little roost bar there, but they do like spending a lot of time up on the window. They look outside the window, and a lot of times I'll find them roosting up there at night. Huh, puppy? Is Dizzy cleaning you up? Huh? She cleaning you off? Huh, Dizzy? Yeah. And up in the top of the barn here, we have the 3 posts I'm going to use today, stained and ready to go. Hey, goats. Soil left over to help fill in the gap that I have. Not all the soil packs back in, and whenever it gets wet it doesn't want to pack, so we're just going to barefoot pack this in just like everybody else does. You chillaxing, goats? Yeah, pushing up against the fence. I saw you, Flip, eating my handle. Yeah, I saw you over here trying to eat my handle. I think your brother taught you that. Look at my dowel rod. They have this thing eaten down. Used to be a full dowel rod, and they just keep chewing on this. Yeah, I see you, Flop and Flip. I see you. I think we reached our high for the day. It is 78 degrees and sunny. I got the last post set here on my H corner, and I got the post set on my 4-foot pallet gate. So now I have to drill a hole with the auger and get that 3rd post set. But I think I'm going to take a break from setting the post and do something a little bit easier and mount these gates. Love it when a plan works. Well, that makes me feel good getting this gate on. It's really starting to look like an enclosure now. And it actually went on pretty easily. I only had to do a little bit of tweaking and I got a nice level gate to swing open. I just had to bend that one side straight again. It was a little bent from being an old gate, but I straightened it out a little bit and now it's working perfect. Now, since I'm hanging the gate on this post and this is my corner, I am going to be putting some cross braces in there. I have to find some wood in the barn, whatever's going to work for that. I'm not going to be real particular on what kind of wood that is, as long as it's a nice sturdy piece of wood to cross that. And I do try and use everything I already have here on the property, but I don't have any of the pins that you hang a gate with, so I do have to buy those. But I am thinking I have some hinges down in the shed that are going to work for my pallet gate. So I was looking at my pallets that I have right now until I get some more of them, but this is probably the best one that's most complete, but I'm still not sure that I want to use this as the gate. I'd rather it to be a little bit higher. So I'm really not sure if I'm going to use this one yet. I'm going to leave this go. I'm going to use the energy and time that I have left to finish off my corner here and set the last post with the auger. So I'm going to find some scrap wood in the barn that's going to work for the H post, and then I'm going to get them cut to length and stained. And while they're drying, I'm going to get the new hole drilled for the last post and get that one set. Of gas, but I don't want to go down. It's only one hole. I don't want to go down to the house with the gas. Oh. You all put your fence posts in barefoot too, right? That's not just me? I thought so. All right, I think that's all I have energy for today. I'm happy to get that gate mounted and the last of the wooden posts set in the ground. So now all I have left is the 3 metal T-posts that I need to set in with the backhoe, but I need my dad's help with that. It's a 2-person job. I was able to get the H-post corner set in here. We did use a 4x4 that I cut down and stained, and then this was just a scrap piece of wood that came on some metal sheeting that we ordered. You can see the groove there, but I repurposed it and it's gonna work just fine. It's a nice solid piece of wood and that'll work just fine for this gate. I don't really need to go crazy strong with this thing. It's not going to be holding pigs or cows or not even goats. It's going to be holding turkey and whatever predators that want turkey out. So I think using scrap wood and some landscape timbers for the posts are going to be just fine for what I'm going to be using it for. So it's starting to look like an enclosure out here. I really do like working up here whenever we have corn. We get corn every other year in the fields around us, and then other than that we get the soybean. So whenever it's corn, it's nice and tall and it gives that protected feeling and no one can see in here. And I really like that feeling up here behind the barn. I might end up ripping some pallets down just to finish out the night. But that's going to be all for this one. If you want to keep following along with the homestead adventures here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.